The 50s were the golden era of alien movies. And let's be honest, this period of time really set the tone for how we would view aliens in our movies for a long time. They were literally ground zero for alien invasion archetypes. And humanity at this time didn't see aliens as these benevolent beings. These were actually stand-ins for everything bad, unknown, foreign, and ideologically threatening. This was the Cold War subconscious having its own playground. Fear of communism, nuclear annihilation, and a loss of just our identity was disguised as saucerman and pod people. And this era of alien films weren't just sci-fi. They were psychological case studies, paranoia, conformity, and projection. And the message was clear. The invasion is already here, and they look just like your neighbor. So you got to start watching out. So coming out of this, like World War II boom prosperity, we had a lot of insecurities over here. And aliens represented the other, and the most, picturesque way. They were infiltrating America's idyllic suburbs. So films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which was 1956, turned conformity itself into the horror, like getting just where you were going. Everybody just fit in, and there's this fear of annihilation. We see this at the atomic age birth, the day the Earth stood still, right, which is 1951, and Them, which is 1954. So this is about radiation, cosmic power, and this scientific progress being both salvation and your doom. Like, that's why they came down here, because we were tripping too hard. So aliens often served as judges of humanity. We saw that a lot in Twilight Zone movies. They were here to check out our humanity, our morals, and to show us how we need to change. That was kind of it, or you're not going to be around. So we had this faith in technology. We saw this, like UFO sightings became almost like quasi-religious in phenomenon. In a world where we're losing faith in traditional religions, aliens offer like this kind of technological god figure. Like, what were they doing down here? What did they look like? They're always coming down here. And this was a lot of self-projection, because the alien wasn't just an outsider. It was a mirror of our evolving identity, what we would do if we got into space. So we start to question things like that. And the robot and the alien also start to really pull equal weight in the fear of what was going to be in the unknown. But looking at this great era of alien storytelling, we look at, the day the Earth stood still was all about redemption and moral reckoning, because we knew we had been tripping down here. And that's what they reflected when they came down. The War of the Worlds, 1953, was about Cold War anxiety and this punishment that we have faced. Invaders from Mars, also 1953, was this childhood paranoia and a loss of trust in authority figures. 1956, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, again, conformity, loss of identity. The Incredible Shrinking Man is this existential fear of cosmic significance, that things just happen and we have no control. And then, of course, the Blob, which was 1958, a big reflection of youth rebellion. We saw a lot of that and this uncontrollable change that was going to happen. So the aliens of the 50s, they weren't just monsters. They were kind of like our therapists from the void. They held a mirror up to humanity's collective neurosis and whispered, "You're afraid of yourself, not us," but we see how we manifest that. So we're going to look at some more eras of aliens and how we responded and reflected in the cultures. But give me your comments on what you think about your favorite movies and the psychological effect of these movies in total.